Welcome back to the deep dive. You guys wanted the latest in video games and anime, so that's what we're doing today. All those big releases, indie hits, you name it. And we went and checked out some podcasts, browsed the internet. So we're bringing you all the need to know info. And of course, to walk us through it all, we've got an expert who, well,
lives and breathes this stuff, basically.
exactly.
It really is a wild time for both right now. I mean, there's just so much crossover. It's like, yeah, it's blurring the lines between the two, which is super exciting.
Okay, so let's get to it. I mean, the holidays are here, which means AAA games are dropping left and right. And Starfield, The Return, is coming out this November. The expansion, I should say, for the already massive Starfield. I mean, new planets, quests, mechanics, you name it. They're really going all out. But how much bigger can Starfield even get?
Well, I mean, the original Starfield really pushed the limits for open world games. It was huge. But what's cool is that this expansion is focusing on depth rather than just adding more,
So they're really
building on what's already there.
yeah, fleshing out the existing.
Yeah, I mean, more lore, more complex mechanics.
Oh, so it's not just more planets to go to, but making the current ones even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting.
I think that's what people really want these days, you know?
Yeah.
They want games that are vast, but they also want meaning.
Meaning, yeah, for sure. Speaking of meaningful, have you seen the teaser for The Witcher 4?
Oh, yeah.
Geralt's back.
The internet's going crazy.
I know, the internet is losing it. But, you know, The Witcher has had such a cultural impact, right? The books, games, even the Netflix show. I mean, what are your thoughts on Geralt coming back? Is it just fan service, or is there actually a story there that deserves a whole new game?
I think it's got to be more than just fan service. I mean, the Witcher games are known for, the characters are so complex, the choices you make. It's not just black and white, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bringing Geralt back, to me, it means they have a story to tell that
Yeah.
builds on everything that's come before.
Mm.
And the technology now since The Witcher 3, I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah. Totally different.
It's next-gen consoles, ray tracing. I mean, motion capture is almost indistinguishable from real life at this point.
They could really get you in the feels with those emotional scenes way more than before with the new tech.
Absolutely. Imagine Geralt's face, the expressions, his eyes, showing how heavy these decisions are.
Okay, now I'm hyped for that game. But while the big studios are making headlines, there's this indie game that's been a quiet hit, Chrono Tales. It's this time travel RPG.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
It's made by a small team, and it's getting amazing reviews. The story, the combat system, it's all innovative.
Chrono Tales is a really interesting example, I think. They're not relying on flashy graphics or a huge marketing budget. It's the depth of the story, how the characters connect with you. That's what's drawing players in. It's almost like those classic RPGs where the narrative was king.
It's like a reminder that powerful experiences can come from anywhere. But speaking of games that just keep defying expectations, we got to talk about Fortnite.
Fortnite.
This game just won't quit. The new chapter has a totally different map, new mechanics, and they're really going all in on crossovers, like Attack on Titan characters in Fortnite. I mean, what's next? Goku doing the floss dance?
It's Fortnite.
Hmm?
They're all about evolving. It's how they've stayed at the top,
Yeah.
Experiment, they keep up with trends, always surprising the players.
But how much is too much? I mean, at what point does it become less of a cohesive game and more of a...
Mishmash.
Yeah, just a mishmash of IPs.
It's tricky. They have to find a good balance. If they go too crazy with the crossovers, it could put off players who want that consistent experience,
Mm-hmm.
But if they do it right, those crossovers can bring in new players and keep the veterans interested. It's a tightrope walk, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of walking a tightrope, but between life and death, I guess, we have to mention Attack on Titan. The second part of the final season is out, and fans are, well, they're losing their minds. The stakes have never been higher.
Attack on Titan is a phenomenon at this point, not just for anime fans, but pop culture in general.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
I think it's because it tackles such dark themes. The characters are so complex, and those moral dilemmas of war, they really hit home for people.
Yeah, you're right. It makes you think. It's not just action. It's...
Makes you question everything.
Yeah, exactly. And the animation is phenomenal. I mean,
Oh, especially in this final season, it's breathtaking.
Yeah.
They're really pushing the limits of what's possible with anime. It's amazing.
it really is. Okay, so if you're looking for something to watch after Attack on Titan, the fall 2024 lineup is looking pretty good. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 is still going strong. The battle scenes are incredible, and they're really going deeper into the lore.
Jujutsu Kaisen is killing it right now. It's
That
become a major player in the shonen genre.
For sure. And for people who want something a bit more chill, Spice and Wolf is back.
Oh, Spice and Wolf.
Yeah, this show is so unique. Economics, romance, fantasy, and the dialogue, some of the best I've ever heard in anime. It's like a slow burn, but in the best way possible.
Yeah. Spice and Wolf definitely attracts a different kind of viewer, someone who appreciates clever dialogue, character-driven stories,
Oh, yeah.
and a slower pace,
It's the kind of show that
rewards you for paying attention.
Yeah, exactly. And it proves that there really is something for everyone in the world of anime. Now, there's this sleeper hit that's been making waves, The Executioner and Her Way of Life. It's isekai, but with a twist.
Oh, I've been hearing good things about that one.
It's really good.
Isekai is everywhere these days. It's so popular. But The Executioner and Her Way of Life is different. It flips the script.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of the main character being welcomed as a hero, she's immediately targeted for execution.
Whoa.
Because they think she's too dangerous.
Wow, okay. So it's like they took the whole isekai formula and...
Turned it upside down.
Yeah, it's really refreshing.
It keeps you guessing. It's a great example of how you can take those familiar tropes and actually make the story better.
Deconstructing them.
Yeah. It makes you rethink what you expect.
And it's just more fun to watch.
Definitely.
All right, so you ready for some anime movie buzz?
Hit me.
We got 2 big ones coming out that everyone's talking about. First up, the new Demon Slayer movie coming out this December. The early reviews are saying it might be even better than the first one.
And that one was a massive hit.
Yeah, it was.
Demon Slayer has so much momentum right now, and the animation studio, Ufotable. They're known for their amazing visuals and those epic action sequences.
It's going to be good. And then there's The Silent Star.
Oh, the sequel to Your Name.
Yes. Coming out in 2025. The hype for this one is insane.
Your Name was huge.
It was a global phenomenon.
I know.
And the director, Makoto Shinkai.
He's a visionary.
He is.
I mean, Your Name was incredible. The story, the animation, it all came together so beautifully.
It blended romance, fantasy, and had so much emotional depth. It resonated with everyone. And the fact that Shinkai is going back to that world...
All the fans are ecstatic.
I am too.
It's going to be so interesting to see what he does, how he expands the universe, what new emotional themes he explores.
I can't wait. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. We got to talk about this trend of anime and video games colliding, I guess you could say. It's not just about adaptations anymore. It's characters showing up in different gaming worlds.
Yeah, the two are really merging together. I think it shows how much synergy there is between the two. They're both pushing boundaries in visual storytelling.
Right.
And the fans, I mean, they love seeing their favorite characters interacting in new ways.
Like in Guilty Gear Strive, they've added Attack on Titan characters.
Yeah, Guilty Gear.
And it's not just a cosmetic thing. They're really part of the gameplay. They fit right into the mechanics and the Guilty Gear world.
That's the key to making these crossovers work, making sure the characters fit the mechanics and the style of the game.
Yeah.
And Guilty Gear Strive, they did a great job with that.
Then you have Smash Bros. Ultimate. They added Saitama from One Punch Man.
Oh, yeah.
No one saw that coming.
It was a huge surprise.
Now everyone's trying to guess who's next.
Smash Bros. Has always been about celebrating gaming.
Right.
But I think adding anime characters shows how big anime has become in gaming culture.
It really does. It's amazing to see. But it's not just guest appearances. We're also seeing all these new anime-inspired games. And the developers are taking advantage of the technology to make them. Really immersive experiences.
Yeah, they're letting players step into those worlds, become their favorite characters, and even influence the stories.
That's cool.
With how much graphics and gameplay have improved, the possibilities are endless.
It's a great time to be a fan. And speaking of exciting games, there are 2 in particular that are getting a lot of attention. First, Demon Slayer. Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles. It's getting a big update with new characters and DLCs.
The Hinokami Chronicles has been really popular. It's a really faithful adaptation of the anime.
For sure.
And this new content is going to keep the fans happy.
Oh, yeah. And for people who love those classic anime games, the Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm titles are being remastered for next-gen consoles.
I used to play those all the time.
Me too. Hours and hours.
I think remasters are great. They let new people experience these classic games.
Yeah.
And for the older fans who want to relive those memories.
Best of both worlds.
And the visuals and gameplay are even better now.
Right.
Remasters can also give you a glimpse of what's coming next.
Oh, how so?
Well, the technology they use to update the old games It often leads to what we see in brand new games.
So it's not just about nostalgia.
It's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Exactly.
And as technology keeps improving, that line between anime and video games is going to get even blurrier.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine playing a game that looks and feels so much like an anime that you can barely tell the difference.
Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, that was a lot to unpack. We need to process this a bit more. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
It really is fascinating when you think about it,
Yeah.
where it's all going.
Yeah, I mean, with how anime and video games are blending together, it makes you wonder what's next for both.
Right. Well, if you look at the bigger picture, I think we're heading towards a future where anime, video games, all forms of entertainment, really, they're all going to blend together even more.
So it's not just about, like, them influencing each other,
Yeah.
but actually creating something totally new.
Exactly. I mean, we're already seeing it. Virtual reality, augmented reality, interactive storytelling. Imagine being able to step into your favorite anime world, actually interact with the characters, and your choices affect the story.
Whoa, okay, that's a lot to take in. Are there any projects out there right now that are kind of hinting at this future?
Definitely. There's some indie devs doing cool things with AI-powered storytelling in VR. It's early days, but the potential is huge. Imagine an anime that changes based on your choices. The characters react to your emotions.
That would be next level immersive. Okay, but before we go full sci-fi on this, let's bring it back to what we've talked about today. Those huge AAA games, the indie hits, epic anime finales, and all the crossovers. It's a lot, but what's the takeaway here?
What's really interesting to me is both anime and video games are pushing the limits of storytelling. They're making us feel things, challenging our perspectives, taking us to these incredible worlds.
Yeah.
And they're finding new and innovative ways to do it.
And this is just a snapshot of what's happening right now. There's so much more to discover. This deep dive has been eye-opening for me. The creativity, the innovation, it's amazing.
And it's all accessible, whether you're a hardcore gamer,
Yep.
a diehard anime fan, or just starting out. There's something out there for everyone.
Yeah, you don't need some crazy gaming PC
Yeah.
or to be subscribed to every streaming service to enjoy this stuff. There are free games, fan-made animations, online communities where you can connect with other people who love this stuff.
It's never been easier to jump in and explore.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive. But remember, this is just the start of your own journey. We've given you a taste, but there's a whole world of anime and video games out there.
And who knows, maybe you'll be the one creating the next big hit, blurring the lines between reality and fantasy.
Okay, before we wrap things up, I have one last question for you. With all this crossover happening, the innovation, the experimentation, what do you think is the ultimate potential here? What could the future of interactive storytelling look like?
That's a great question. I think we're moving towards a future where entertainment is truly personalized. Algorithms that analyze your preferences, your emotions, even your biometrics, to create experiences made just for you.
So it's not just picking from a list of options, but having something completely unique created for you?
Yeah. Imagine playing a game where the world changes based on your mood. The story adapts to your choices.
Wow.
Or watching an anime where the animation style reflects how you're feeling.
That's both exciting and a bit scary, to be honest, but it definitely feels like the next step.
And it's closer than you might think. We're already seeing the foundations of this in the games and anime being made today.
Mind-blowing. Well, on that note, we're going to wrap up this deep dive. We hope you've enjoyed the journey, and we encourage you to keep exploring the incredible worlds of anime and video games.
It's been great sharing our thoughts with you.
And remember, there's always something new to discover, something to be excited about. So keep exploring, keep playing, keep watching, and most importantly,
Keep that passion alive.
until next time. And hey, don't forget, your next deep dive, it's just a request away. We've got a whole team of experts ready to tackle whatever topic you throw at us.
So yeah, don't be shy. Send in your requests, even if you think they're, wow, too niche, too out there.
Exactly. We love a good challenge. Who knows, maybe your request will be our next episode.
Maybe we'll go deep on the history of mecha anime, or explore how gaming controllers have changed over time, or maybe even break down the philosophy behind Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the idea.
The point is, we're here to help you explore whatever you're curious about, to learn new things, and have fun along the way.
We believe learning should be an adventure, not a chore.
So come join us on this journey.
Until next time, keep diving deep.